So I'm going to walk you through what a typical day in my PE classroom looks like. So the first thing they do when the kids come in, they'll look at the whiteboard, they'll see what grade they are in and look at what the activity they're doing, the learning target for the day, and why we'll be learning that activity. From there, they'll walk on our track. Our track is between the black and white lines, so the volleyball line and the sidelines out of bounds for the basketball. They'll walk around that until they hear the music. When they hear the music, they will run around. I have it timed for 30 seconds. When the music stops, the kids will return to their home spots. Now, when they get to their home spots, we continue with our fitness warm-up, where a student in each row will get a chance to roll the dice. And kids are super motivated to get this, so I do enjoy that. When a student rolls the dice, obviously they'll show a number, and that'll be the number of the exercise we do. So if we roll the dice and we get a 6, we're going to do squats, and then I'll be the one to pick the number of reps the kids will do. I'll go to the row 2. The kid would roll it. It would be a 1. We'd look up here. We'd see we're doing lunges. So I would give them, again, another amount of reps I want them to complete. After that, the kids will go into their stations. Now, we have 4 stations. The way I have stations set up is we are either practicing a skill that we're doing in the unit, we're reviewing a previous skill, so we're never leaving anything behind that we did earlier in the year, or we're introducing a new skill that I want to work on in the next unit or in a few more units. So the kids would each go to their own station. Row 1 goes to station 1, row 2 goes to station 2, row 3 to station 3, row 4 to station 4. Each station is a minute and a half, and then they'll rotate. So for example, station 1, we have rallies with the wall. So this station, they are working on their rally skills and using a forehand strike. From there, go to station 2. Station 2 is a milk scoop, which is a hand-eye coordination activity. It allows for a lot of success while having an implement in their hand and throwing an object to themselves. Station 3 is soccer, so we're reviewing our soccer passing skills. They'll be in groups of 2 or 3 for this specific station. And then station 4, we're reviewing overhand throwing and catching with an object, with the football throw and the catch. Now, as far as behavior in my classroom, we are a PBIS school, so I keep a red card in my pocket. 1 red card means a warning. 2 red cards means they would go to the conflict corner and sit out for X amount of time. Now, I also use something called the conflict corner. I stole this from a teacher. This is to allow kids to be responsible for their actions and not having to always get a teacher involved. So if a student has a problem with another student in a game, so, say Jimmy broke a rule and Billy was upset about it, they would both go to the conflict corner, they'd walk through these 6 steps, and then they'd come back into the game. Now, if a student physically or emotionally hurts somebody, we send them over to the conflict corner and they fill out a think sheet. Now, this is something our school does. It goes along with our PBIS system. Now, as far as how kids leave the gym, they line up on this black line. But let me backpedal just a little bit and talk about how we get to that point. So, the kids got to know their stations. We'd go through the lesson. There's a few different things. Mostly the PowerPoint up here is for me to see, not really for the kids. It just kind of keeps me on track of what we're doing for the day. Every class I do, we have a class challenge, and that goes into how we leave the gym. So I'll talk about that in a minute. They don't have to do the class challenge if they don't want to. If they are successful, that's great. If they're not successful, that's just fine. They know that. So when we are done with our activities for the day, with about 3 to 5 minutes left, we'll wrap up. The kids will go back to their home spots, and I'll ask them 2 to 3 questions as kind of to reflect on our lesson and get them to think about the standards and the learning target that we have for the day. So I'll ask them these 2 questions, and then their X ticket. We always have an X ticket where I have them get in a small group, either 2 or 3. If it's 4, that's fine, and they go through this X ticket. Once they have an answer to this X ticket, they'll come to me. They'll tell me their answer, and then they'll go line up. Okay. Now let's get into how we line up. So from there, the kids would go to the black line in the gym. That is where they know this is where we go when we line up. Now, coming back to our class challenge and the red card that we use for our behavior. Now, if they did the class challenge, they get the wow. If they did not do the class challenge, but they came in and they did our 4 school rules, or 4 PBIS rules, then they get to slap the good job on the way out. If they got 1 red card, they get keep on trying. If they got 2 red cards or had to fill out a think sheet, then they get need more effort. Now, this is all on the kids. They walk by and they know the procedure. They give it 1 slap and go. So they don't sit here and think about it. They should have it in their brain when they're walking by. As far as how we go to the bathroom or the drinking fountain, this is a procedure I set up so that they don't have to always come to me to ask, because I don't want to take the time out of my instruction to tell them yes or no. You know, I want them to take responsibility for what they can do. Now, you can tell these are very beat up. So if a pass is here, this is the girls' pass. The blue is the girls' pass. If there's a pass there, that means the bathroom is open, that the girl could take that pass and go to the bathroom. If the pass is not there, then a girl knows, hey, I need to wait until that pass is back. The one with the yellow lanyard is for the boys, and the orange lanyard is for the nurse. So if a kid bumped their head or bloody nose, whatever it might be, then that's when they go to the nurse. As far as the drinking fountain, it's really nice. It's out of the way of our gym, so there's not going to be any traffic jam. If a kid sees that the drinking fountain is open when the music is on, so that is key. When the music is on, that means it is okay to get a drink. When the music is off, that means we do not get a drink because there must be some kind of instruction going on. So when the music is on, the student may get a drink. If a student sees another student over there getting a drink, we tell them not to make a line. So, you know, you can have 2 kids at a time getting a drink. When those 2 or 1 kid is gone, then the other student that was wanting a drink can go get a drink. But if they notice somebody is in line, then they must stay in the game and play until they see that it's open. I hope that was informative. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'll try to do the best I can.